Hello, my name is Cassidy White, and today I am going to show you how to use Edmodo. So we're going to start by creating an account. Today I am going to create a teacher account. So you're going to select your location, United States, and you can sign up either with your Google account, Microsoft account, or with an Apple account. And I created a separate email account to use for this tutorial. So go ahead and use Teacher Edmodo, allow. Makes it very easy just to log in with your Google account. Very self-explanatory. And then, of course, you're going to go through and verify your email and your profile. You can choose whatever you'd like your students to call you. Dr. Teacher Edmodo is what we're going to go with. And then you get your curated feed right here. And I have already set up an account with some students and some grades to show you. So I'm going to switch over to that account. The home page. So this is my teacher account that I made. I posted some mini assignments. So of course, creating classes is very easy. You can go to the classes section. We're going to create a new class. So we can name this one, well, let's just name this one social studies. You can describe your class. So maybe it's world history. Select grade, teaching higher education, and social studies. And if you get to change the color, which is super fun, choose pink. And then create. So creating a class is very simple, very self-explanatory. Oh, of course it's frozen. So we're just going to exit out of that. But I already have a class created, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So when you create a class, it comes up with a unique class code, which makes joining very easy for students. You can also start a discussion. You can share different class assignments. You can create polls or do wellness checks. You can also go to the folder section. You can create folders for your different students to help them manage their work, keep them organized, and you can view the different members. And for K through 12 students, connecting them with a parent is really helpful, but for higher education students, of course, this isn't necessarily needed. You can also break students into small groups. So you can create a small group by hitting the plus sign. You can name it we'll name it small group for create it. And it'll pop up here. And you can add your members to it. Add member to small group, and you can choose from any of your students that you have. Within these small groups, you can create and post agendas, assignments, quizzes, or jumpstart activities. You can also post these things, an agenda or assignment, quiz, or jumpstart activity to the whole class as well. Under the class, the what's due section, you can review any assignments that you have created. See here, under my biology class, I have a cell activity that is due that I've created. 8 of my students have not viewed this assignment. 2 have not turned them in, Charlie Brown and Christopher Robin. I put grades in for some of these students, even though, of course, they didn't actually turn this work in, just to demonstrate. You can request a resubmission from any of your students, and you can also send out reminders. Send message. You can also track student progress very easily under the progress section. You can input different projects, homework, whatever you want very easily just by hitting add a grade. So we'll do the social, this is biology, and we'll do biology project. Default total, we'll do 150 points. And then out of 150 points, you can add student grades, and it'll do the calculating for you. 25, 150, and it will automatically update their final grade here for you. So tracking student progress is very, very straightforward and very self-explanatory. Under the calendar section, you can add or create events. You can title it. You can choose the start and end date and time, if it repeats or not, and you can share to individual students, you can share to your whole class, or even just the different groups that you've created. And as a student, when your teacher uploads something in the calendar, we're going to switch tabs to a student profile now. You can view everything that they've posted. So teachers can kind of keep their students up to date on what they are expected to do. You can view the descriptions. Oh, fun with frogs is too. Biology homework, and students can mark it as completed, and it'll move it off of their calendar. Students also have access to a backpack section where they can upload their work from Google Drive or Microsoft One. They can upload links, they can upload PowerPoint presentations, folders, anything that they want to keep themselves organized in their backpack. And then when they go to submit their work, they have an easier way to add their work. So they can add from backpack. I don't have anything saved under my student account or anything uploaded from Google Drives, but once you do, it's very easy to attach to posts, which is helpful for keeping students organized. And under the Discover section, you can view different videos that might have been shared by teachers, collections, which are helpful for teacher learning and student learning. You can send these to your students or use them for your own learning. Social emotional learning is one of the big ones. They also have games that you can choose from and play, and you can share these with your students. And this covers all different age groups. And then different apps. And one of the apps is the Jumpstart Academy app, which allows you to create a gamified learning experience for your students through quizzes. So when you do this, there are public activities that you can choose from. You can sort through the different subjects: arts, computer science, English language arts, and as well as the different grades. They have a bunch of grades too. You can rank them or filter them through popularity, stuff like that as well. You can also create your own activity. And when you do this, you can choose from classic card game, Asteroid Blast, Planet Pop, or Desert Island. You can choose the difficulty level. You can add explanations for the answers so students can get immediate feedback, which is really helpful. And you can choose the question type. So multiple choice sequencing, true or false, and matching are your different choices. So if we go back to the beginning of the Jumpstart activity, we'll pick a public activity to show. Oh no. So sorry, this is not loading. Technical difficulties. All right, let's start over here. We will start with expressions and equations. So when you want to play this, you can either assign it to your students to do, and have them complete it that way as an activity, or you can live challenge your students. And this is really fun for in class, like in person learning, but it works really well for out of school learning, distance learning. So you can challenge them as individuals, teams, which will only really work if they're in class together, or as a survivor game, um, which is really this is very fun for distance learning. You can host a challenge, and it'll give you a code that you can send to all your teachers or to all your students. I mean, the code will be this, and students can join the code that way. All right, and then finally, after the Discover page, the search bar, of course, you can search biology and get caught up with a community, just a community of people and posts and resources and pages that you can use um, to your advantage as a teacher. You can sort it by different subjects and different grade levels and get all sorts of resources. And then the messages section. This final section is it's a section you can only use it. It's a student teacher communication section. So I believe that I'm in the teacher Edmodo profile. So if I log back out, I don't know how I got logged back into this, but if I log into the teacher profile that I had already created, you can go to the messages and you can see here that I sent out an assignment to all of, or a reminder to all my students that an assignment is coming up that's due. But you can also communicate with your students. They can ask you questions, and you can answer them very directly. You can send them things from your library, attach files, but the students can't communicate with one another. This is only for student-teacher communication. And that is how to use Edmodo. It's very straightforward, very easy to use, very easy to get connected with a community of professional people and organize your classes and keep track of everything. Thank you for watching.